If you are currently or have ever been in a relationship with a narcissist, you likely understand the sense of helplessness that comes with trying to argue with them. They are like chameleons, constantly changing their colors and distorting the truth to protect their fragile ego. In their eyes, there are only two colors, black or white, right or wrong, and, of course, they are always right. They will use any means to win, including attacking, belittling, or even destroying you. So, how can you win an argument with a narcissist and silence them for good? The answer lies in your approach. Don't try to change their mind or expect an apology or acknowledgement from them. Stay calm, cold, and composed. Don't dance like a puppet on a string. Don't explain yourself. Don't defend yourself or apologize. Be cold, detached, indifferent. Breathe and stay grounded. Are you ready to discover the ultimate techniques to deal with narcissists? Don't miss a moment because, right after this, I will reveal specific strategies to help you turn the tables and regain control of the game. Actively avoid engaging in arguments. Narcissists are like oversized children trapped in adult bodies, always seeing themselves as the center of the universe. They are master manipulators using every tactic, sometimes even the dirtiest tricks, to achieve their goals. They may play the pitiable victim or transform into a heroic savior as long as it earns them admiration from others. Therefore, don't foolishly engage in a battle with them. Like playing with fire, the harder you try to argue, the more you'll get burned. The first and most important step is to refuse to participate in the pointless arguments that narcissists deliberately create. Understand that every time you get drawn into an argument, you're giving them what they crave most: attention. Narcissists don't just want to win arguments, they need your attention and validation to satisfy their need for acknowledgement. This is what's called their supply, the energy they draw from others to feel powerful and in control. They want you to react, to confront them, because each reaction feeds their sense of dominance. However, if you must participate in an argument, don't aim to win. You can't win against someone who is arrogant and combative, who views arguments as their domain of power. Winning should not be your goal. Instead, your objective should be to stay as far away as possible from the chaos they create. Remember, narcissists are always seeking control. The biggest mistake you can make is allowing yourself to be drawn into their game. When you do, they think, "I've got this person hooked," and they relish it because the game has begun, and no matter the outcome, they always see themselves as the winner. Moreover, in arguments, they rarely stick to the main topic. Arguing with a narcissist using conventional logic will only drain your energy and waste your time. Practice minimal communication. If avoiding them entirely is impossible, remember this golden rule. Treat them like a business associate, cold and rational. When forced to interact with a narcissist, try adopting the gray rock method. Maintain a neutral demeanor, a blank expression, and respond with short, dry phrases like "yes," "understood," or "thank you." A flat, monotone voice, devoid of emotion, will make them feel like they're punching into thin air, rendering their attempts to provoke you useless. Even if they hurl the worst insults at you, respond with a simple, indifferent, "okay." It's that simple, yet surprisingly effective. This breaks the script they expect from you. They want you to get angry, scream, or beg for attention so they can bask in the thrill of victory. But no, you deny them that opportunity. You cut off their supply of your negative emotions, leaving them powerless and frustrated. Your silence and indifference are the strongest declarations. You no longer have control over me. A key piece of advice: when faced with negative reactions from them, resist the urge to defend yourself. The more you defend yourself, the more ammunition they gain to attack you. They will twist your explanations into more attacks. Next time they criticize you, instead of getting upset or defending yourself, try agreeing with them. For example, if they say you're a terrible driver, simply respond with, "Yeah, you might be right." Stop explaining and walk away when necessary. The biggest mistake you can make is sitting there trying to make a narcissist understand how they've hurt you. That's like banging your head against a wall. Only engage with a narcissist when absolutely necessary, like if they are a family member or your boss, and when you do, keep it brief and emotionless. State what you need clearly, such as, I need you to pick up the kids, or "You're making things difficult for me right now and I need you to stop." Don't expect even the smallest request to be met without resistance. Can you reach a point where their response doesn't matter to you? Whatever they say, let it have no impact on you. When interacting with a narcissist, it's crucial to maintain boundaries. If they become disrespectful, instead of arguing or defending yourself, firmly say, "I'm ending this conversation until you can speak to me respectfully," and then leave immediately. This protects your self-respect and prevents emotional or even physical harm. Continuing to confront a narcissist only trap you in a meaningless cycle of conflict where you'll always come out at a disadvantage. Imagine trying to extinguish a fire. Would you pour fuel on it? Of course not. Similarly, when dealing with the narcissist on fire, avoid provoking or mocking them. Doing so only escalates the situation beyond control. Your goal is to cool down the situation and avoid falling into their manipulative traps. Stay calm, firm, and clear in your communication. Phrases like, "You're entitled to think that," "I understand how you feel," or "Okay, I respect that opinion," are soft but firm ways to diffuse pointless arguments. Remember, you don't need the last word to prove you're right. If they persist in their tactics, simply walk away. Say, "I'm ending this conversation here," or "I have to go now, goodbye," and leave without further explanation or apology. You are an independent adult who has the right to decide what's best for you. If immediate departure isn't an option, find ways to shift the dynamic. Sometimes silence or a blank stare is enough to make them back off. Always remember, you are in control of your life. Take control of conversations. When faced with attacks, criticism, or manipulation from a narcissist, don't let your emotions get dragged into their trap. Use a mantra-like response. "Your opinion has been noted." At first glance, this might seem like you're yielding, but in reality it's a subtle warning that every action they take is being carefully recorded by you. This is not just a response, but an implicit declaration. You understand their game and are ready to handle it your way. If they try to draw you into pointless conversations or gossip about others, skillfully redirect or shut it down early. Some useful responses include, "I don't think that's my business," or "That seems like a personal matter." For a lighter tone, simply say, "Oh, that's an interesting perspective." Sometimes a simple statement like, "I see," followed by silence, is enough to end the conversation without creating any negative aftermath. Another highly effective strategy is to look them straight in the eye with a serious yet skeptical expression and ask, "Are you okay?" Their typical reaction will be defensive. "Yes, I'm fine." At that point, simply give a slight smile and say, "All right then." No further words, no arguments, The silence that follows speaks volumes about your stance. If they cross a line with offensive remarks, remain firm and say, "I do not allow anyone to speak to me that way." Deliver this statement with confidence, steady eye contact, and a strong tone. Then stay silent. No justifications, no prolonged discussions. Your calm and resolute demeanor will send the strongest message. You are not easily manipulated, and respect is a non-negotiable standard in any conversation. These statements and actions are not only effective tools for managing difficult situations, but also affirm your boundaries, protect your peace, and maintain your inner strength. Maintain assertiveness. When dealing with a narcissist in a discussion, you will often encounter subtle manipulative behaviors. They may use nonsensical statements, provocative comments, or derail the conversation by blaming, justifying, or even fabricating stories to confuse and disorient you. Sometimes they may involve so-called allies to increase pressure, making you feel isolated and vulnerable. These tactics are how they maintain control and weaken your confidence. In such situations, it's crucial to establish and uphold clear and firm boundaries. Boundaries must be expressed not only through words, but also reinforced with consistent actions. This requires confidence, a strong stance, and the composure to avoid getting entangled in their deliberately meaningless arguments. Imagine you're in a relationship with a narcissist and want to discuss sharing household responsibilities. You notice that you're handling most of the chores, such as cleaning, cooking, and maintaining the home, while your partner contributes nothing. Your desire is fair, a balanced and cooperative relationship. However, when you raise the issue, they might immediately deflect with statements like, "You're so selfish. Why are you always demanding things? You're exaggerating. I do plenty, you just don't notice." They might even bring up the past to justify themselves. "I used to do so much before, but you never appreciated it." Their goal is to make you feel guilty and derail the discussion. In such cases, instead of arguing or justifying yourself, hold your ground with decisive statements such as, "I want a relationship where responsibilities are shared equally. I can't continue doing everything alone, and I won't accept this situation." Or, "I understand you have your perspective, but I don't agree with how you're presenting it." Another option might be, "This is a matter that requires collaboration, not blame shifting." After expressing your viewpoint, stop talking. Don't explain further or justify yourself. If they persist in dragging out the argument, say, "I've made my stance clear. If you're ready to have a serious discussion, we can continue later." Your silence afterward doesn't indicate weakness. It shows that you won't engage in their manipulative games. They will feel unsettled when they can't pull you into pointless debates. Narcissists often try to control conversations by shifting topics or bringing up irrelevant matters. When they do this, respond by saying, "We're discussing the current issue. I'd like to stay focused on that." If they assign blame to make you feel guilty, reply, "I disagree that this is solely my fault. This is a problem we both need to address." If they try to isolate you by involving others, respond, "I'm not concerned about what others think. This is an issue between you and me." And if they resort to personal attacks to unnerve you, firmly state, "I won't engage in a conversation where respect is lacking." Always remember that you don't need to explain or prove yourself in every argument. Jogogistrial defende laurome. Phrases like, "I disagree, but I respect that you have your own perspective," or "I don't think arguing further will help us resolve this issue," help you maintain your position without being drawn into unnecessary conflict. By showing assertiveness and setting clear boundaries, you minimize the likelihood of manipulation and protect your self-worth. Setting boundaries, expressing your views clearly, and knowing when to walk away are essential strategies for protecting yourself. Respect is non-negotiable. When you practice assertiveness, you'll feel the freedom and inner strength to live a more balanced and happy life. Facing a narcissist is always a challenge because they employ every tactic to control, manipulate, and weaken your spirit. However, with determination, calmness, and timely responses, you can not only protect yourself, but also render their psychological games ineffective. Remember, the most important thing is to avoid being drawn into pointless arguments or doubting your own self-worth. Whether you choose phrases like, "I disagree, but I respect your opinion," or "let's agree to disagree," always prioritize your dignity and personal boundaries. You don't always need to win every argument, but you must win in maintaining your boundaries and your stance. Silence, confidence, and assertiveness are your most powerful weapons when dealing with a narcissist. Finally, remind yourself that you deserve respect and peace. A narcissist only wins when you allow them to control your emotions. By staying calm and refusing to react as they expect, you reclaim control and prove that you are not easily subdued. Focus on your inner strength and build a life free from manipulation. You are fully capable of achieving this, and that is your greatest victory.